You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
So, like I said in the last video, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these plants inside the grow tent and situate them on top of the substrate or on top of the peat moss of the larger container so that we can actually see how they'll be buried in the container. I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to take the Nepenthes and we're going to put them all in the front of the container just because they take a little bit longer to grow than like the Sarracenia. I'm not quite sure how fast the cobra lilies grow because the first year I had them, they grew very, very, very fast. But then in the second year, they kind of died back and they're taking very, very long. They're taking a lot of time to recover. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the Nepenthes sitting in the front. At the point that the Nepenthes start trailing and become larger or seemingly larger than the Sarracenia and the cobra lily, we'll just turn the pot around. So either way, there will always be a backdrop. Each of these Nepenthes have survived being out here in what I would call the cold and with a lack of water, so I'm quite sure they'll thrive in this grow tent. We're going to place the Sarracenia in the back, and then we're going to place two cobra lily plants on both sides of them, so one on one side, one on the other side. A great thing to mention is that with Nepenthes and a lot of other carnivorous plants, the root systems aren't too large. They actually run quite shallow and they're very, very, very thin. So most times you won't find Nepenthes or other carnivorous plants choking each other out through their roots. But what you do want to do still is place them a good distance apart so that they do have, their root systems do have room to grow. Though slow and though not that dense, it's a good practice just with, plants in general. If you notice, the one Nepenthes to the left, that one has the most plants in that one pot, and those plants have been inside there for a very long time. These are the cobra lilies that I originally had. They all started from the plant on the right, and like I said, some of them are dying back, and that's just what had happened. They were actually much larger before, but I don't know. Lack of light, too much water, not enough heat, who knows? Wasn't really paying attention. But we're going to place these on both sides of the Sarracenia. And we're going to actually keep them in their container, unlike the other plants. The other plants we're going to take out of their containers and place them into this one large container. But for these cobra lilies, we'll leave them inside these net pots. And this is what it looks like from overhead. And before planting all these plants, what we're going to do is we're going to take off all of the dead leaves. We'll leave the dying ones just because when it comes to placing, carnivorous plants in different environments or new environments, should I say, the dying plants or the dying leaves, should I say, of the plants, they will respond faster to their environment than the live green ones, the fresh green ones that we have. So we'll keep them just, as a control group, I guess you could say, for the entirety of the plant.
You don't know me, but